Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 3 of the Cheap Seats podcast. Today, we're going to be recapping Week 13 and giving you our predictions. For Week 14, we're going to be looking at the playoff picture, too. I got Random Uploader here with me again.
Hello. Nice having me back on the pod. Thanks.
And, it was a lot of fun last time, so we brought him back. Starting off, Thanksgiving Day games. Packers beat the Lions. Jordan Love threw for 234 yards. Jared Goff had a good day, too. No picks. Jahmyr Gibbs, 20 carries for 68 yards. Josh Jacobs had 83. And Mr. Wicks, 94 yards and 2 TDs.
He clutched up, that's
He
for
clutched
sure.
up. Jameson Williams had 144. But this is a big game for the Packers. That puts a stronghold on the division.
And it's also a sweep.
Yep, it is a sweep on the Lions. So put a lot of pressure on the Bears going into that week. But a big win for the Packers there. Big rivalry win, especially on Thanksgiving. The next game that we had on Thanksgiving, the Cowboys beat the Chiefs in a very close game. Patrick Mahomes had a good day, threw for over 260 yards. Dak Prescott threw for 320. He did have a pick, but overall, this was a really good game by the Cowboys. I mean, CeeDee Lamb had 112 receiving yards, showing the world what he can do. George Pickens had a good day, too. And, the Chiefs now, they're on the cusp of missing the playoffs. They currently sit 10th in AFC playoff picture, in the picture for the playoffs in the AFC.
Now, here's my perspective of it. The Chiefs, they got to win out. There's no other option here.
No, if they lose this week, it's over for them. I mean, they have a big game against the Texans. This is a must-win for the Chiefs. This is a must-win for the Texans. If they both lose this game, this is pretty big.
For both teams.
For both teams. If the Texans lose, probably going to miss the playoffs. Chiefs lose, probably going to miss the playoffs. They have a really good division. The last Thanksgiving Day game was the Bengals and the Ravens and Joe Burrow's return, and he had a good game. He had a great game. 261 yards. Chase Brown had 78 yards. Jamar Chase, in his first game back from a suspension, had 110 receiving yards. Great for the Bengals to get in that groove. Big loss for the Ravens, though.
Yeah, I think the Ravens, they can't be losing these games, especially now, right in the cusp of the playoffs. And especially, they can't be losing to the Cincinnati Bengals with one of the worst defenses in the NFL, if not the worst.
Okay, then we had the Black Friday game. There was a lot of games that did not happen on Sunday this week. And the Eagles lost to the Bears. The Bears now have the number 1 seed in the NFC. This is huge for the Bears. I made a short about this. But
Go check it
I
out.
did not expect the Bears to beat the Eagles. I mean, Caleb Williams only threw for 150 yards. Kyle Monangai had 130 rushing yards. Saquon only had 56. Okay?
Now, I wouldn't. This is big. This is a big loss for the Eagles. Not really, but it's going to affect their seeding massively.
Yeah, it's not what you want to do. You do not want to lose to the rebuilding Cincinnati Bears, who won, 6 games last season?
Cincinnati Bears?
Oh, my God, I'm sorry. I messed that up. It's the Chicago Bears. I got my C's confused. Sorry about that. But the Bears, the Eagles, you're the defending Super Bowl champs. You can't be losing to the Bears. Dolphins beat the Saints. Boy, oh boy, what a game. I mean, bravo, Dolphins. You beat the Saints. Tyler Shuck looked really good. Had passed for almost 240 yards. Tua looked a little shaky. I mean, Devontae Achen really helped out this team.
He ran for 22 rushes, 134 yards and a touchdown.
That's huge. The Dolphins, though, I mean, again, probably not going to make the playoffs. Saints they're looking for the number 1 overall draft pick in this draft because there's nothing there. I kind of like the idea of Spencer Rattler being a starter in the NFL. I just don't think it's going to happen. And then in the AFC South, there was a huge game that the Colts lost, and they are not looking good. Sauce Gardner hurt his calf in this game. The Texans improved to 7-5. Colts lose the chokehold on the AFC South. C.J. Stroud threw for over 270 yards of his return. And again, Jonathan Taylor, I don't think he can do everything for this team. I mean, Daniel Jones, 201 yards, 2 TDs. Jonathan Taylor, for this season, this is an outstanding game. For this season, was kind of below average for Jonathan Taylor. He still had 85 yards, but it's a great game. Random uploader, what do you think about this game? Like, what does this have to do with playoff implications?
Well, this really affects the Colts and really helps the Texans. Now, this could go either which way. Now, right now the Texans are 8-5,
7-5,
7-5, and personally, the Colts, if they choke, they could fall to third in their division.
It's very possible. I mean, their division, right? It's the Titans. Who cares about that? The Jaguars. It's Trevor Lawrence. I don't know, but like the Texans have a very good shot if they beat the Chiefs to pass the Colts. If the Colts lose to the Jaguars and the Texans win, the Colts are out of the playoff picture if every team in the playoff picture wins their game. Okay?
Which is very possible.
It's very possible. I mean, everyone in the playoff picture have made the playoffs before besides the Patriots in recent history, in the last 5 years. Right? But that's a big game. The Jets beat the Falcons. No Michael Penix Jr. for the rest of the year for the Falcons. I don't know. And that's a tough loss for them. To the Jets. Good win for the Jets, though. You get momentum swinging. They go play the Dolphins. It could be a win for them. And then Shedeur, oh boy. Brock Purdy tore this defense apart. 168 yards, a TD. Christian McCaffrey ran for 53 yards, got a TD. George Kittle had 67 receiving yards.
6-7?
Shedeur Sanders had 150 passing yards, 1 TD. You know, it's okay. Quinshon Judkins, 91 yards. But really, the Browns just didn't have it this game. They just did not have it. Moving on, we've got the Rams and the Panthers. This was a huge upset. And the Panthers, you're going to love this, man. You know, you're playing LA. It's a big game, you know, playoff implications on the line. And Bryce Young, I don't want to say a career game because he passed for a lot of yards a couple weeks ago, but Bryce Young had 206 yards and 3 TDs. No picks. That's something he struggled with all game. Meanwhile, Matthew Stafford had 2 picks, and one of them was a pick 6. Yeah, and the Panthers DBs, I gotta give them just a round of applause. Their top receiver, the Rams' top receiver, was Xavier Smith. It was not Devontae Adams. It was not Puka Nacua. It was just huge. That's huge.
Now, in my opinion, the Panthers are one of the most confusing teams in the league. They lost 42-13 to the Patriots. 42-13. And they beat the Rams, the 9-3 Rams. That's just confusing.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like I said, they're a roller coaster ride. They have huge ups, they have huge downs, but they are still in the playoff race. They got a 19% chance, according to the NFL playoff picture website. But yeah, it was a good win for them. Jaguars beat the Titans. Nothing new there. Titans again struggling to get a win. Cam Ward. I'm kind of agreeing with you that he might be a bust because this Titans team is bad, and the Jaguars now hold the number 1 spot in the AFC South. The Buccaneers beat the Cardinals. Big game. Baker Mayfield had 194 yards. Jacoby Brissett had over 300. Cardinals are looking better with Brissett, but I think they got to draft a QB. I think they should move on from Kyler Murray. Good to see Chris Godwin back. Got 78 yards. Go ahead.
For the Bucs, a surprisingly close game. Now, the Bucs have had some downs recently, and this game is one of them. Now, yeah, they won, but this is not a win to be proud of. Yeah,
good thing for them. Mike Evans is off the IR. He's attended practice yesterday, I believe. He should be at practice today. So that's good for the Bucs. But yeah, that's like you said, that's not a win that you should really be proud of. The Seahawks shut out the Vikings. No J.J. McCarthy in this game due to concussion protocol. Sam Darnold only had 128 yards. Kenneth Walker had 56. The defense for the Seahawks was really the name of this game. I mean, that was big. Jackson Smith-Njigba only had 23 receiving yards. But, yeah, look at this. 2 interceptions by one dude, Ernest Jones the fourth. So DeMarcus Lawrence had a forced fumble. Boy Mafe had a forced fumble.
I just
But,
think
yeah.
we should give a round of applause to the Seahawks defense.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. That was a masterclass. You want to see, the Bengals need to take notes from that. Watch some Seahawks film.
And Max Browser, who was starting for the Vikings, played absolutely horrible, and I'm pretty sure that was his first game ever.
I think it might be his last game. Had 126 yards. 4. Yeah, you heard me. 4 interceptions. That's worse than J.J. McCarthy, guys. Whew. That's a tough stat to beat, but he did it. The Bills beat the Steelers. Tough loss for the Steelers. Josh Allen had a great game. 123 yards, 1 TD. Did throw a pick. Aaron Rodgers seemed like I don't even know, like broke his nose or something. Had to come out. Mason Rudolph drove him down the field. James Cook had 144 yards. Finally gets back into his groove. That's the old James Cook. But 26-7 victory for the Buffalo Bills. And then, in my opinion, the game of the week. Oh, wait, hold on. We're not there yet. We gotta see the Chargers destroy the Raiders.
And again, the Chargers have a sweep against the Raiders.
The Raiders have won 2 games. I mean, on paper, this team should be good, but Geno Smith has fallen off a cliff. Ashton Jeanty only rushed for 31 yards. And Brock Bowers is the only bright spot on this team, besides Max Crosby.
Yeah, I especially this team, I don't know what's going on. Pete Carroll, is he a washed coach?
I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I mean, it seems like this is kind of a thing. You have a quarterback. Russell Wilson is a lot better than Geno Smith, but you have a decent quarterback. In Geno Smith's case, it's not. And you have a really good running back, and you choose to use the quarterback more than the running back. Ashton Jeanty only got 6 touches, rushing-wise. And this is the game of the night, in my opinion. I don't know how the Broncos kept this game this close with a 3-9 Commanders team, but they did. They won 27-26. Bo Nix passed for over 320 yards. Marcus Mariota almost had 300. But yeah, honestly, this is the Broncos, if you're a 10-2 team, I think that you need to win by more than 1, but honestly, this Broncos team still cannot be taken lightly.
Now, once again, like I said with the Bucs, this is not a win to be proud of. You lost the 3-9 Commanders who Jaden Daniels isn't even playing.
It's Marcus Mariota. Like, come on, guys. Like, you're supposed to have a good defense, and you let Marcus Mariota pass for over 290 yards.
And also, did you see Traylon Burks' catch? That was like the second OBJ catch, almost.
Yeah, that was a crazy catch. And then moving on to Monday Night Football, I don't really think that I even need to click the tab on this one. The Patriots destroyed the Giants. We had 2 huge hits. I don't care if they say Patriots are dirty. Legal hits. I don't want to hear it in the comments.
If you think that is an illegal hit, then you don't know ball.
Yeah, I don't know, but, Patriots get 10th win in a row. They're 11-2 going into the bye week. Cowboys-Lions, last night, Dak Prescott had a really good game. Had almost 400 throwing yards. Jared Goff had over 300. And then, but overall, this Cowboys team struggled quite a bit. I mean, the season's probably over. I believe, I think they have less than a 10% chance. They have a 7% chance of making the playoffs after that loss to the Lions.
Yeah, huge loss for the Cowboys right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cowgirls.
But, Titans-Browns. Now we're getting into the picks before Sunday's slate of games. Browns-Titans, random uploader, who you got?
I got the Browns coming out on this one.
Give
on
me
top.
Shador
No,
Sanders.
I'm
Yes,
going
sir.
to give you a score prediction as well. 14-3 Browns.
Okay. Seahawks-Falcons. I think that this should be an easy answer.
I think the Seahawks are going to win this, and I'll give you a score prediction. It's going to be a close game, I guarantee you. The final score is going to be 24-17 Seahawks on top.
All right, I like that. And now here is a huge playoff implication right here. Jags-Colts. Jaguars in Duval County. The Colts on the road trying to get back on track.
Yeah, I think the Jaguars are going to win this one. And the final score, this is going to be a high-scoring game, in my opinion. 38-31, Jaguars.
Okay, Commanders-Vikings. This is like the battle of the teams that were good last year, but they're not good anymore because they gave up on their starting quarterback.
All right, the Commanders, I think, are coming out on top in this one. Final score, 21-17, Commanders.
I would agree with you, especially if J.J. McCarthy is not playing, which I'm pretty sure he's not.
I don't think he is.
And then, Bengals-Bills. This is kind of a big game because if the Bills lose and the Texans win, the Bills are out of the playoff picture. The Bengals, though, 4-8. This is pretty much a must-win game. Joe Burrow versus Josh Allen. Who you got, random uploader?
All right. This is going to be shocking to a few people. Bengals defense has been doing better recently. I got the Bengals on top, winning 24-21.
I think the key to this game for the Bengals is the defense holding out. If you cannot stop James Cook, if you cannot stop Josh Allen, you're not going to win this game. It doesn't matter how good Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow and Chase Brown play. Let's say they kick a field goal and the Bills score a touchdown. That's 4 points. Now that's a 2-possession football game. Say the Bengals have to punt, the Bills have the ball again. You need your defense to play good. This is a must-win game for the Bengals. Saints, Buccaneers. I don't even think we need to talk about this one.
Yeah, I got the Saints winning. No, I'm kidding. The Bucs are winning this game. 24-7.
Yeah, honestly, the Saints, Tyler Shuck, they're a good. I will say the Saints have a future somewhat, but I don't think it's Tyler Shuck. I think it's their upcoming draft pick. I think Tyler Shuck has brought them to number one pick conversations. They're going to say, thank you, Tyler. We appreciate you bringing us to the spot. We're going to move on from you, and we're going to take someone that can push our franchise forward. Like, you're probably not going to get a Drew Brees, but, like, someone that can change your franchise for the better. And then one of the last 1 o'clock games of the day, Ravens-Steelers. Who you got?
All right, this is a big game for both of these teams. Division game, always big game, but I think this will not confirm, but have the top of the division, whoever wins this.
I would say.
And the Ravens, I'm going to say they're coming out on top. And the final score, 28-27.
28-27 says random uploader. And yeah, I think the key to this game for the Ravens, do not let Cameron Hayward and TJ Watt get to your quarterback. Because if you're pressuring Lamar, we know that he can under pressure. He's still really good, but yeah, I mean, the secondary for the Steelers might be the key to this game because, well, if Lamar gets out there, you're going to have to chase him down. He's not going to slide. He's not going to slide until he gets, 3 people surrounding him or he's going to run out of bounds. Lamar Jackson has wheels, okay? He can be a running back in this league. So, if you're the Steelers, you have to get to Lamar. You got to get on him. The secondary, you got to be on Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, guys like that Lamar
always
likes to
keep a
throw to.
QB spy.
But, honestly, for the Steelers, probably must win. Aaron Rodgers, this is your career. Mike Tomlin, this might keep your coaching job. If you win this game, this keeps your coaching job because we heard it. The fans are not really pleased with Mike Tomlin right now. So, big game for both sides. Ravens win, got a really good chance at the playoffs. Steelers win, got a really good chance at the playoffs. Dolphins-Jets, this is honestly kind of a sneaky close game, maybe? Who do you got, random uploader?
The Dolphins-Jets. All right, everyone. I think the winner of this game, the Jets have been pulling sneaky games out of their pocket, and this is going to be one of them. The Jets, I'm telling you, they're going to beat the Dolphins. Just the score prediction is going to be crazy, so hold on tight. 31-21.
Oh, boy, the Jets. Justin Fields coming alive in this one. I think that's the right pick. I don't know. You're in New York, but honestly, for the Jets, I don't think home field really matters. It's how Aaron Glenn wants to pressure Tua Tagovailoa. He can. The Jets' defense is solid. Even after these Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams trades, it's still solid. But you're going to need to get to Tua. We know that Tua, under pressure, does not make the greatest of throws. So, if I'm the Jets, you got to get to Tua. And then the Broncos and the Raiders, this should be an easy one for the Broncos. If it's anything like the Commanders game, you're pretenders because if you can't beat the Raiders by more than 10 points, yeah.
So Broncos versus Raiders. Everyone, hold on tight because this is another shocker. I have the Raiders winning this one. 17-14.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay, I did not expect that. Rams-Cardinals.
Rams-Cardinals. I got the Rams winning this one. Pretty obvious choice here. Final score, 31-14.
Okay, I like that. That'd be a good one for the Rams. Get back on track after the Panthers game. Okay, this, I think, might be the game that we're all, if it's on prime time, you got to watch it. It's the Bears and the Packers. This is going to decide the NFC North. Bears lose, you're going to fall off a mountain cliff, right? You're flying high, right? 9-3, undefeated in November. Ben Johnson looks like a Coach of the Year candidate. Caleb Williams could be the most improved player in the NFL this season. And you're the 1 seed in the NFC, right? And then the Packers. They're 8-3-1, 6, and the playoff picture, right? This is a must-win game for the Packers if you want to win.
For both of these teams.
Yeah, for really both of these teams. Yeah, you're right.
My score prediction. Wait, are they at home in this one?
Packers are in Lambeau.
Okay. I got the Packers winning this one. In the final score, 31-28.
Yeah, I think that Packers defense with Micah Parsons is going to be able to get to Caleb Williams pretty easily. Let's see, though. Caleb Williams has been really good these past few games. I mean, has done quite a lot for the Bears. And so, yeah, you got to kind of lock in. Packers, this is a must-win game if you want to win your division. If you lose this game, you could fall outside the playoff picture itself. So, big game. Texans-Chiefs. If it's not the Bears and Packers you're watching, then you got to watch this game. Because this right here, the Texans win this game and the Bills lose. Like you predicted, the Texans would be in the playoffs. And if the Chiefs lose, you are probably not going to make the playoffs. If the Chiefs do win, this means that the Chiefs will be 7-6. Therefore, that means that they could potentially sneak into that playoff picture. If the Chiefs lose, I already mentioned this, they would be the first team to go 6-7 in the NFL's history. Or not in the NFL's history, but since that number has been relevant. But yeah, who do you got?
I got the Texans winning this one. Final score, 34-31. Field goal victory.
This would be huge for the Texans because you beat the three. They're not the three hottest teams to the Chiefs. They have not been that good this season. But you beat the Bills, really good football team. The Colts this year, who have been a really good football team. And the Chiefs are your defending AFC champs. So, yeah, for the Texans, 3 straight wins and a chance at the playoffs. C.J. Stroud back in this game. And I don't want to hear that Texans fans, well, Davis Mills can close out games better than C.J. Stroud. Do you remember where you were with Davis Mills? C.J. Stroud is what saved your franchise. He's probably the best quarterback in your franchise's history. Come on. But Eagles-Chargers, another big game. 2 teams that really need to get back. Eagles, tough loss last week to the Bears. Chargers, they're in the playoffs. Probably not going to win your division, but you also kind of want to keep an eye on the Chiefs, because you're they're right there too. So it's kind of on the fringe. The Chargers are another up and down team this season. They've had their highs, they've had their lows. But yeah, who do you got right here?
All right. I think here's what's going to happen. Chargers are going to come out with a victory. Final score, 24-17.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, so that'd be a big loss for the Eagles. Before we end this podcast episode, we're just going to take a look at the playoff picture and how we think it's going to shape out. So in the AFC, Patriots 11-2. They got the best record in the National Football League. In the 1 seed, Broncos 2 seed. They're 10-2. The Jaguars are in the 3 seed. Did not think I'd be saying that in 2025, but they are 8-4. If they beat the Colts, they have a 96% chance of making the playoffs. The Ravens currently sit 6-6. They're first in the AFC North. If they lose, the NFL website they're giving them 34%. If they win, 79% chance to make the playoffs. The Chargers have a better record than the Ravens by quite a bit. They are 8-4, second in the AFC West. If they lose this game to Philly, 52% chance. If they win, 77% chance. The Colts playing the Jaguars this week, like we said. Colts 8-4. They're second in the AFC South, looking to get back on that win streak. Big game for the Colts upcoming. Bills 8-4. So the Ravens are kind of the odd ones out here. But the Bills are 8-4. If they win this game, 95% chance. If they lose, 75% chance. I think the Bills will make the playoffs. Texans 7-5. They lose 45%. If they win, 82%. So, and then we're going to just kind of get the rest of the teams because everything from 10 on down, probably not going to happen. The Steelers are 6-6. They play Baltimore. So this will be a huge game to decide who's in that playoff picture. It'll turn in from in the hunt to leading your division. And then the Chiefs 6-6, third in the AFC West. If they lose this game, you're done. Season's over. If they win, you have a 48% chance. Even still, random uploader, what do you think about that? Those AFC standings?
Well, I think that the teams that are in the lower seeds, like 6 to 7, are like the Colts and the Bills. I think the Colts have a chance to choke out of the playoffs. Now, before you judge me, think about who they got as quarterback. And really, if you think about it, is their team really that good?
Jonathan Taylor. 2 words. Jonathan Taylor. Best running back in the league.
I guess you're right. And also, the 7-seed Bills, they can't really afford to lose another game. I mean, they could, but if they lose 2 more games, they're probably almost out of the picture.
Which is crazy. Like, last year, 4 teams standing left were the Ravens, the Bills, the Texans, and the Chiefs. The Texans and Chiefs are both outside of the playoffs. The Bills are the 7th seed, and the Ravens sit at 500, and they're tied with the Steelers right now, which is kind of crazy. NFC, Bears 1 seed, 9-3. Rams 2 seed, also 9-3. So that's kind of a matchup that you might want to be watching. Eagles 3 seed, Bucks 4 seed. They pretty much made they're probably gonna make these playoffs. Seahawks 5 seed. They've won 96% chance to make it, 9-3. Yeah, so Seahawks Rams, that when they play again, that's gonna be a game to watch. Packers 8-3-1. 94% chance if they do win this game. If they lose, 73. And then the Niners have a bye this week with a 91% chance of making it. Lions, 54% chance of making the playoffs. They played Dallas, and they won. Panthers have a bye week. 90% chance to make these playoffs. They currently sit 9th. And then the Cowboys are really the only team that have a decent amount of odds, according to AWS. And, yeah, 6-1 sit the Cowboys. 7% chance to make the playoffs. And tell me what you think about the NFC playoff picture.
Well, I think it's definitely interesting. The Bears being the number 1 seed, I mean, that's just history in the making. Rams number 2, not really a surprise. But eventually I think the Rams will go back up to number 1, but just not now.
Agreed.
Eagles, I think they're probably going to end up being the 4 seed at the end of the season. Bucks being 3 seed. And then now we got the Seahawks, the 5th seed. Now the Seahawks have very good potential. And I think they're going to stick around that 5 seed.
I feel like there's an occurring theme with Sam Darnold being on good teams. Has a really good record, but doesn't win its division. They play the 4 seed, who happens to be a really good team, but didn't really do that great in the regular season. And then they lose in the playoffs. I don't know if the Seahawks are going to do that. I think the Seahawks team is better than that Vikings team he was on, but just kind of something to watch out for, because we might have an occurring theme with Sam Darnold and bad teams that he plays on that he's actually good. My co-host over here is wearing Drake May socks. He wanted me to look at them because they're very good. Packers, 49ers, what do you think about those two?
Packers, definitely a good team. Definitely probably are going to win their division, I think, my prediction. 49ers, you know what? I feel like they're 1 injury away.
They are on the fridge. I feel like if Brock Purdy gets hurt and Mac Jones is leading that team, I don't know. But, this is so interesting. This is one of the closest playoff races I think we've had in years. Look at this: 9-3, 9-3, 8-4, 7-5, 9-3, 8-3-1, 9-4. The Lions, who are outside the playoffs, are 8-5. The Panthers, who are outside the playoffs, are 7-6. Like just a couple years ago, the Commanders, who won, I think, 8 games, made the playoffs. They won 7 games. They went 7-10, made the playoffs. Now it's just completely flipped upside down. So yeah, like. Really close playoff race. It's going to be really fun to see how Week 14 unfolds. A lot of playoff matches on the line. Week 15 might even have more. Like the Patriots play the Bills. The Chiefs play the Chargers. You know, the Lion and the Rams battle. Colts and the Seahawks play. You know, so a lot of big games unfolding in the next couple of weeks that decide how the 25-26 season is going to unfold. That's going to just about do it for the Cheap Seat Podcast, episode 3. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Thank you so much for watching, listening, however you're listening to this. And I just want to give a shout out to Random Uploader for being on the podcast. I just want to say thank you.
All right, have a good day, everyone.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on the Cheap Seats Podcast.